So happy January, everybody. I want to continue what I like to think about this time of year being a time of introspection, right? The holidays have passed. The nights are long still, the days are short. We have a lot of time, whether we like it or not, to reflect and kind of think, go inside and be with ourselves. And it's a really important time in the year. It's a really important time in the medicine wheel to do this time of introspection. It kind of, paves the way for things in the spring and into the new year. So one of the things I often offer, or I guess you could say prescribe to my clients in the sharing circles and the sessions and the retreats that I do, is a practice I call matching investment. And it's a relationship practice, any type of relationship. Okay, it could be an intimate relationship, a love relationship, it could be with a child, it could be with a parent, a friend, family member, a boss, a work group, a friend group. It could be any type of relationship. And the idea is that we offer what we naturally offer, and then we notice what level of investment and energy comes back. And then we find a way to kind of match that. And by investment, I mean, energy, time, money, commitment, caring, all those things that take a lot of, emotional energy. We're investing all those things. We work hard for those things, right? And we only get so much of it in a given day. And so that's what I mean by investment. Okay, so often I prescribe this practice to clients that are over invested in a relationship. Okay, and in fact, I think that's always when I practice it. Maybe there's a few other times, but 9 times out of 10, I notice someone's over-invested in a relationship, and I challenge them, to maybe match that a little bit. Notice what's coming back. Okay, and I guess lately, what I've been doing this time of year, I've been using this practice a bit in my own life. And I guess I have a newfound compassion for it. It can be really hard. This is not an easy practice, And so there's a few things that have come up in my inquiry and that come up in the inquiry of my clients when they do this that I just wanted to share. So maybe we could just take a little deeper and it's like, why, what do we need to deal with in order to find a more equitable exchange of investment and energy in a relationship? So the first question, I really have 3 inquiries or questions. The first of those is, why am I over-investing? And just really, there's a reason, Usually this has to do with some type of belief system or a fear or something like that, that it's like if I don't believe, that I'm enough, or that people will like me, this person will like me if I don't really overinvest and give it, more, an unbalanced level of energy, way more than they're willing or able to give in return. Or maybe you believe that you're not naturally a good mother or a good parent, and so you have to overinvest to compensate for this belief that maybe you won't be. Maybe it's a fear that maybe you won't be a good mother if you don't overinvest, which of course creates imbalances, in that relationship. So why are we doing it? Usually it's based on a belief system, an insecurity, a fear. That's usually at the core of why we're overinvesting. The second thing is, what is the effect of you overinvesting? And so is it really helping this person? Is it really helping our relationship? Is it good for me? Is it good for the person? Is it good for the relationship? Okay, is it creating an imbalance? And what does this imbalance, how might that imbalance not be healthy for the person, for myself, or for the relationship. Maybe it's enabling them. Maybe it's allowing them to slide or be weak or be irresponsible. Maybe I'm propping the relationship up in some way or another. So that's the next thing. Because I don't really want you to do anything that you don't feel is going to make you more healthy, right? So let's look honestly, what is the effect? Okay, maybe I'm exhausted, and is it really helping? And do I feel, and am I getting my needs met? Is this joyous for me? Am I enjoying this relationship? So that's the second thing, okay? The third thing is similar to the first, but it's got a little different nuance to it, is what are you afraid will happen if you cease overinvesting, if you let go of overinvesting in this relationship? Okay, and this gets into, fears of if I kind of said it before, it's if I don't overinvest, maybe I'll be a bad parent, or maybe the person will leave me, or maybe, the relationship with my sibling maybe will not be strong, or maybe they won't talk to me, or maybe I'll lose my job, or maybe my friend group won't want me to be part of them anymore. And so, it's really important to point out that these fears, okay, in this sense, these fears may be true. These things actually could happen. I always like to be transparent, is these may be risks more than fears in some ways. Okay, so when you stop over-investing, it may be that relationship kind of collapses. Maybe we've been propping it up in an unnatural way, and when we cease propping it up and over-investing, it may fall apart, or we may break up, or my kid may be mad at me or not talk to me for a while. My brother might not talk to me for a while. My parents might get mad. My friends, I could lose my job. And these are things that could happen. A lot of them, probably not, but I just want to be, it's only fair to be, these things could happen. But even if they do happen, it opens the door for a more balanced and equitable relationship, either with those people or with new people that are able and willing to invest a similar amount of love and energy and caring that you are, So it's scary business. It's risky business, I guess we could say, to quote an old movie. But I would invite you to maybe, add that to your inquiry. Are you over-investing? And then maybe, how can I match investment? And then maybe try on some of these inquiries. Anyway, that is my video for this week. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have an awesome week and you're having an awesome new year. And enjoy your week, and just maybe think about, am I over-investing? I wonder why I do that. And not a judgmental inquiry, just a curious inquiry. Wow, that's interesting. I wonder why I try so hard. Why am I trying too hard here? I wonder why I do that. And just really, and then let the answer come to you. And I will see you in a week.